Have you ever felt like you were living someone else's life? Chasing dreams that weren't truly yours, wearing masks just to fit in, or bending yourself to meet the expectations of others? That feeling of being lost in a crowd, disconnected from your deepest desires and your own power, is more common than you think. But what if I told you that inside you lies a force so strong, so unbreakable, that it can guide you to a life built entirely on your terms? The journey to that life begins with one choice, the choice to own your path no matter what others say or expect. Imagine waking up every day knowing that your decisions are yours alone, that your happiness is no longer tied to approval, but to your authentic self. That kind of freedom isn't just a dream, it's a reality waiting for you to claim it. Too many women live trapped by invisible chains, chains of doubt, fear, and societal pressure. These chains whisper lies, convincing you that you must follow a set script to be accepted, loved, or successful. But those lies only drain your energy, cloud your vision, and keep you from becoming the powerful woman you were born to be. The truth is, your power is unlocked the moment you start choosing for yourself. Every smart woman knows that real strength isn't about pleasing others or fitting a mold. It's about stepping away from the noise and trusting your own inner voice, even when it feels like the whole world is shouting in the opposite direction. Choosing your own path means embracing courage every single day. It means saying yes to what lights your soul on fire and saying no to what dims your light, even if that no feels uncomfortable or unfamiliar at first. This is not about rebellion, it's about respect. Respect for yourself and your dreams. When you take back control, you send a powerful message to the world. Your life is not negotiable. This choice rewires your mind, igniting confidence and clarity that make every step forward easier, no matter how challenging the road. And here is why it matters so deeply. When you live by your own rules, you stop wasting your precious energy on approval and comparison. Instead, you focus on growth, joy, and meaningful connections. This shift is not just external, it transforms how you feel inside. Anxiety fades, self-doubt weakens, and a calm sense of certainty takes root. You become magnetic, not because you try harder, but because you are truly yourself. This is the emotional reward waiting for you, a life where your choices bring peace, power, and purpose. So as you listen today, know this, your power is waiting. The first rule for every smart woman is simple yet revolutionary. Choose your own path with fierce determination. Refuse to live by someone else's expectations. The journey won't always be easy, but it will be yours. And that is everything. Keep this truth close as we move forward, because living your truth is the foundation of every other rule you'll learn. Your future, filled with confidence and freedom, begins the moment you decide to walk your own way. Choose boldly. Choose you. When you choose your own path, you quickly realize how vital it is to protect the energy that fuels your spirit. Your energy is your life's most precious resource, yet so many women unknowingly give it away to people, situations, and thoughts that drain them dry. Imagine trying to build your dreams with an empty tank. No matter how strong your will is, exhaustion will eventually take over. Smart women understand this deeply. They guard their energy fiercely, knowing that where they invest, it shapes the quality of their entire life. This is not about selfishness, it is about survival and growth. Every moment spent giving away your energy to what doesn't serve you is a moment stolen from your potential. Saying no becomes a powerful act when you realize that every yes given without intention chips away at your strength. Setting boundaries is a declaration. Your well-being matters. It's the invisible shield that protects you from negativity, manipulation, and unnecessary stress. When you protect your energy, you gain clarity and focus, creating space for the things that truly matter. Your passions, your growth, your peace. This act alone changes how you move through the world. It teaches others how to treat you. Suddenly, the respect you receive is real and earned because it comes from a place of self-respect. Many women struggle with guilt when they begin protecting their energy. The fear of disappointing others or being labeled difficult can trap you in a cycle of overgiving. But here's the truth. Guilt is a signal that you're pushing beyond healthy limits. It's your mind's way of trying to keep you stuck in old patterns. When you break free from that, you reclaim your power. You choose to fill your cup first, so you can give from abundance, not depletion. This is the mindset that separates smart women from the rest. They don't drain themselves trying to please the world. They conserve their power to build something greater. Think about the emotional weight lifted when you stop apologizing for protecting your peace. The relief of no longer feeling obligated to say yes just to keep the peace is transformative. You stop being a hostage to other people's demands and start being the architect of your own life. This freedom brings confidence. It sharpens your focus. It sparks motivation. When your energy is protected, your mind is sharper, your emotions steadier, and your spirit stronger. You become unstoppable not because you push harder, but because you respect yourself enough to choose what is worthy of your time and energy. This rule is a gateway to everything you want. When you fiercely protect your energy, you create the conditions for success, joy, and deep fulfillment. No longer scattered, you become centered. No longer overwhelmed, you become powerful. This simple but radical practice elevates every area of your life: relationships, work, health, and inner peace. It is the foundation upon which every smart woman builds her empire. So today, make a promise to yourself. Protect your energy as if your life depends on it. Because in truth, it does. Your power, your peace, your future, they all live in the energy you choose to guard. This is your strength, your shield, your secret weapon. Use it wisely and watch how your world begins to change. There is a quiet power in holding your words carefully, in speaking only when it serves your purpose, and listening deeply to the world around you. Too often we fill the silence with noise, rushing to be heard without truly understanding. But the smartest women know that silence is not emptiness, it is strength. It creates space for clarity and presence. When you learn to speak less and listen more, you unlock a level of influence that cannot be forced or fabricated. Words become precious tools, carefully chosen and deliberately placed, not thrown carelessly into the wind. This control over your voice cultivates respect and attention in a way that constant talking never can. Listening is more than just hearing. It is an act of engagement and empathy. It allows you to absorb more, to understand deeper, and to respond with intelligence and grace. When you listen, you build trust. People feel seen and valued. This emotional connection gives you power that no loudness can buy. It shifts relationships from shallow exchanges to meaningful bonds. Your ability to listen well strengthens your emotional intelligence and sharpens your intuition. It allows you to navigate conversations and conflicts with wisdom rather than reaction. This is how smart women create influence quietly but irresistibly. Choosing when to speak also protects your energy. Each word carries weight, and when you speak without thought, you risk diluting your impact and draining your inner strength. Silence keeps your energy intact, guarding it from unnecessary drama, gossip, or conflict. It teaches patience and self-control. These qualities are magnetic because they signal confidence and self-awareness. You do not need to fill every space with noise to be noticed. Sometimes the most powerful message is delivered in what you don't say. When you speak less, people listen more closely. Your words gain gravity and meaning. You become a force that commands attention not by volume, but by value. This mastery over communication is a form of self-respect and boundary setting. It says, I choose my words carefully because I respect myself and expect you to respect me. This subtle shift changes how others perceive and treat you. It protects your energy and amplifies your presence. The temptation to fill silence often comes from fear. The fear of being overlooked, misunderstood, or rejected. But true power comes from overcoming that fear. When you resist the urge to speak just to be heard, you cultivate patience and inner calm. You trust that your voice will be heard when it truly matters. This trust strengthens your confidence and reduces anxiety. It frees you from the exhausting cycle of proving yourself through constant talking. Learning to speak less and listen more is a daily practice that transforms how you engage with the world. It deepens your relationships, sharpens your mind, and protects your peace. This rule is not about silence for its own sake. It's about intentional presence, strategic communication, and emotional wisdom. It elevates you above chaos and distraction, placing you firmly in control of your energy and your story. The quiet strength that comes from this discipline is one of the most powerful tools in your arsenal. Use it wisely, and watch how your influence and confidence grow beyond what you thought possible. This is the art of smart communication, a rule every smart woman lives by because it leads directly to respect, power, and peace. Respect is not something you ask for or beg to receive. It is something you command with the way you carry yourself, the boundaries you set, and the standards you uphold. So many women lose themselves by lowering their expectations of how they should be treated, hoping approval will fill the emptiness inside. But respect is a reflection of self-worth. It is the invisible force that holds the foundation of every relationship, every opportunity, and every interaction. When you demand respect, you declare to the world that you value yourself deeply and will accept nothing less than what you deserve. This mindset changes everything. You cannot rely on others to give you respect if you don't give it to yourself first. It starts with your inner dialogue, the way you speak to yourself when no one is watching. Do you accept disrespect, tolerate unfair treatment, or settle for less? These silent compromises chip away at your power and confidence. The smartest women refuse to live in that space. They hold their heads high and refuse to shrink to make others comfortable. They know that respect begins internally and radiates outward. This inner respect becomes a magnetic energy that others sense immediately, whether consciously or not. Respect also comes through actions, how you allow others to treat you daily. It's about what you tolerate and what you refuse to accept. When you set clear boundaries and enforce them consistently, you teach others how to behave around you. This isn't about control, it's about self-preservation. It's about creating a safe space where your value is recognized and honored. When you accept anything less, you invite disrespect and imbalance into your life. This cycle repeats until you break it by standing firm in your worth. Nonverbal cues are just as powerful as words when it comes to commanding respect. The way you carry yourself, the posture you maintain, the eye contact you hold, the calmness in your voice, these signals communicate confidence without needing to say a word. People respond to energy far more than language. Smart women understand this deeply. They cultivate a presence that demands respect naturally. This presence is not about arrogance or aggression, but about quiet strength and unwavering belief in their own value. Letting go of toxic relationships and environments that do not honor you is one of the bravest acts of demanding respect. This act often feels painful, but is necessary for your growth. You cannot grow surrounded by negativity and disrespect. Walking away is a powerful message to yourself and the world. You refuse to accept less than you are worth. This decision clears space for healthier connections and greater opportunities. It reinforces your self-respect and builds resilience. Remember, respect is the soil from which confidence, peace, and success grow. Without it, everything else feels fragile and uncertain. When you demand respect, you lay a strong foundation that supports every other area of your life. This rule is non-negotiable for smart women because it protects their dignity and amplifies their power. Holding this truth close changes how you engage with the world. It raises your standards, strengthens your boundaries, and invites abundance. Stand tall, know your worth, and never settle. Your respect is your birthright. Claim it fiercely and watch how your life transforms in ways you never imagined possible. Investing in yourself is the most powerful commitment you can make because it signals to the world and to yourself that you are worth the time, effort, and resources needed to grow. Too often, women get caught up in giving to others endlessly, neglecting the most important relationship they have, the one with themselves. Smart women understand that their potential is their greatest asset, and nurturing it fuels every other success in life. This investment isn't just about money. It's about the consistent, daily choices you make to learn, heal, and expand your capabilities. It's a radical act of self-love that creates unstoppable momentum. When you commit to investing in yourself, you create a powerful feedback loop. The more you grow, the more confident you become. The more confident you are, the more opportunities you attract. The more opportunities you take, the more your life shifts toward your highest vision. This cycle feeds on itself, but it requires deliberate focus and discipline. It means prioritizing your health, education, mindset, and emotional well-being above distractions and excuses. Smart women say no to what drains them and yes to what elevates them, knowing every small action compounds into profound transformation over time. Learning is a cornerstone of this investment. The world constantly changes, And the women who thrive are those who commit to growth. Whether it's reading courses, new skills, or mentorship, expanding your knowledge sharpens your edge and builds confidence. Growth challenges complacency and breaks through limiting beliefs that hold you back. It empowers you to adapt and innovate. When you refuse to stop growing, you refuse to settle for less than you deserve. Health is another vital pillar. Your body is the vessel that carries you through life, and taking care of it is an undeniable form of respect for yourself. Smart women prioritize sleep, nutrition, movement, and rest because they understand that physical vitality is the foundation of mental clarity and emotional resilience. Neglecting health leads to fatigue, stress, and decreased motivation, enemies of success. Every investment in your well-being pays dividends in energy and longevity. Mindset and emotional health also demand unwavering attention. Investing in practices that build mental strength, reduce anxiety, and increase self-awareness is not optional. It is necessary. Whether through meditation, journaling, therapy, or quiet reflection, nurturing your inner world is crucial to navigating life's challenges with grace and power. Smart women know that external success without inner peace is hollow. True transformation comes when you align your mind, heart, and actions. This relentless investment in yourself sends a clear message to the world. You are not waiting for permission or validation. You are the author of your own growth and destiny. This belief ignites courage, resilience, and clarity in every decision. It elevates your standards and strengthens your ability to create the life you desire. When you invest in yourself relentlessly, you become an unstoppable force, not because you are perfect, but because you refuse to stop moving forward. This is the heartbeat of every smart woman's journey. It is your commitment to becoming your highest self, no matter what. Choose it today and watch your life transform in ways you never imagined possible. There is a wisdom within you that no one else can provide, a quiet knowing that goes beyond logic and reason. This inner voice, your intuition, is the compass guiding you through life's complexities. Trusting your intuition is one of the most courageous acts you can take because it means listening to yourself above the noise of doubt, fear, and external opinions. Smart women cultivate this deep trust in their gut feelings, understanding that intuition is not guesswork. It is subconscious intelligence shaped by experience, emotions, and deep self-awareness. When you learn to rely on this inner guidance, you unlock clarity and confidence that no external validation can replace. Doubts and second-guessing often cloud your ability to trust yourself. Society teaches women to question their instincts, to seek approval, and to hesitate. But every time you silence your intuition, you weaken your connection to your true self. This disconnect breeds confusion and indecision, stealing your power and peace. When you honor your intuition, you break free from this cycle. You begin to act with certainty, even in uncertainty, because your decisions are rooted in authenticity, not fear. Tuning into your intuition requires stillness and attention. In a world that rewards busyness and distraction, finding quiet moments to check in with yourself is revolutionary. This is where you hear the subtle signals your body and mind send, feelings, sensations, or sudden insights that guide you toward or away from people, choices, and opportunities. Smart women make this practice non-negotiable. They carve out time to listen deeply and trust what they discover. This practice sharpens their ability to discern truth from illusion, enabling them to navigate life's challenges with grace and power. Trusting your intuition also means embracing discomfort. Often, your gut will push you toward paths that don't seem logical or easy. It may urge you to walk away from familiar situations or challenge long-held beliefs. This discomfort is a sign of growth. It signals that you are moving toward alignment with your highest self. The smartest women embrace this tension, knowing it is necessary for transformation. They don't settle for what feels safe or convenient. They follow the voice within that leads to fulfillment and freedom. When you consistently honor your intuition, you build a relationship of trust with yourself. This relationship becomes a source of strength during moments of doubt or external pressure. You stop looking for answers outside and start relying on the wisdom inside. This shift reduces anxiety and indecision, replacing them with peace and confidence. Your intuition becomes your anchor, your safeguard, and your guide. This rule is more than a practice. It is a declaration of self-trust and sovereignty. Choosing to trust your intuition rewires your brain to favor authenticity over conformity. It strengthens your emotional resilience and sharpens your decision-making, Every smart woman knows that intuition is a superpower, a direct line to her truth and strength. When you awaken this power, you step fully into your role as the leader of your own life. Trust yourself relentlessly. Your inner voice holds the map to your greatest potential, waiting for you to listen and follow without hesitation. The people who surround you shape the woman you become. Your environment is not just physical, it's emotional, mental, and spiritual. Every conversation, every interaction, every connection sends ripples through your mind and heart. Smart women understand the profound impact of their social circles and choose their company with deliberate care. Surrounding yourself with positive, uplifting people isn't a luxury. It is a necessity for growth, happiness, and success. These relationships fuel your energy, inspire your vision, and hold you accountable to your highest standards. When you choose wisely, you create a sanctuary that nurtures your dreams rather than drains your spirit. Negative influences, toxic relationships, and constant criticism act like poison, slowly eroding your confidence and motivation. Even subtle negativity can seep into your subconscious, planting seeds of doubt and fear. When your circle is filled with people who do not believe in your potential or who bring chaos instead of calm, your energy depletes and your focus scatters. Smart women don't allow this erosion. They protect their inner world by distancing themselves from toxicity, no matter how difficult it may feel. This is an act of radical self-respect and courage. Walking away from harmful relationships clears space for joy, inspiration, and genuine connection. The power of positive relationships lies in their ability to uplift, challenge, and expand you. When you are surrounded by people who believe in your vision, support your growth, and celebrate your victories, your confidence skyrockets. These connections act as mirrors, reflecting your worth and reminding you of your potential. They offer wisdom when you struggle and motivation when you hesitate. The emotional safety provided by uplifting circles allows you to take risks, explore new possibilities, and rise after failures. This is the soil where resilience and courage grow. Accountability is another hidden strength of positive circles. When the right people hold space for your growth, they challenge complacency and push you to stay true to your goals. This healthy pressure keeps you aligned and prevents you from falling into patterns of excuse or self-sabotage. Smart women value this accountability as a tool to sharpen their focus and expand their limits. They surround themselves with people who reflect the woman they aspire to be, not those who reinforce old doubts and fears. Choosing your tribe is not about perfection or avoiding conflict. It is about choosing respect, kindness, and shared values. It requires clarity about who you are and what you want to become. This clarity protects you from settling for less or tolerating harm. When you cultivate a supportive network, you build a fortress of strength and encouragement that fuels your journey. It reminds you that you are not alone and that your dreams are valid and possible. Your social circle is one of the greatest investments you can make in yourself. It influences your mindset, your habits, and your emotional health. Every smart woman knows that by curating positive, uplifting relationships, she creates a powerful force field that propels her forward. Choose wisely, protect fiercely, and nurture deeply. This is the foundation of unstoppable growth, unshakable confidence, and boundless joy. Your tribe shapes your destiny. Make sure it lifts you higher. Failure is not the enemy of success. It is the pathway to it. Yet so many women fear failure, seeing it as a reflection of their worth rather than a necessary step in growth. This fear keeps them stuck, paralyzed by the possibility of falling short or making mistakes. Smart women redefine failure as a powerful teacher, a stepping stone rather than a dead end. They understand that every setback rewires the brain to grow stronger, more resilient, and more creative. Failure is not a defeat. It is evidence that you are pushing boundaries, taking risks, and moving forward with courage. When you embrace failure, you shift your mindset from avoidance to acceptance. You stop running from discomfort and instead lean into the lessons it offers. This acceptance changes how you respond to challenges. Instead of seeing failure as proof that you are not enough, you see it as data, information about what doesn't work so you can find what does. This shift removes the emotional charge from failure, freeing you to act without fear. It's this fearless action that separates smart women from those who remain stuck in doubt and hesitation. Neuroscience shows that every time you fail and try again, your brain forms new neural connections. This process, called neuroplasticity, strengthens your ability to adapt and overcome. Smart women harness this knowledge, using failure as fuel for their transformation. They do not avoid risks, they manage them intelligently. They try, learn, adjust, and try again, each attempt building their confidence and competence. This relentless pursuit of progress creates momentum that no fear can stop. Failure also builds emotional resilience. Each time you face disappointment or setback and keep moving forward, you expand your capacity to handle stress and uncertainty. This resilience is essential for navigating life's inevitable challenges. It allows you to maintain your peace and focus even when circumstances are difficult. The more you embrace failure, the less power it holds over your emotions. You become someone who can face adversity without crumbling, someone who rises stronger every time you fall. Smart women do not see failure as something to avoid, but as an essential part of their journey to mastery. They understand that the road to greatness is paved with obstacles, and the willingness to confront those obstacles head-on is what sets them apart. This mindset is liberating. It allows you to take bold actions without the constant weight of judgment or fear of imperfection. It frees you to innovate, create, and evolve. This rule is a call to courage. It invites you to step beyond the safety of comfort zones and into the arena of growth. When you embrace failure as a stepping stone, you rewrite your story. You transform fear into fuel, setbacks into lessons, and obstacles into opportunities. This transformation is not easy, but it is necessary. It is the heartbeat of every smart woman's rise. Accept failure, learn fiercely, and keep moving forward. Your courage in the face of failure will become your greatest strength, opening doors to a future defined not by fear, but by fearless action. Consistency is the quiet force that transforms dreams into reality. It's not about sudden bursts of effort or grand gestures. It's about showing up day after day, even when motivation fades and challenges arise. Smart women understand that greatness is built in the small, disciplined actions repeated over time. Consistency creates momentum, and momentum becomes unstoppable. Without it, even the strongest intentions remain unfulfilled, lost in the chaos of distraction and doubt. This simple truth separates those who talk about change from those who live it. The brain thrives on routine. Each repeated action strengthens neural pathways, turning effort into habit. Smart women leverage this power by committing to their goals consistently, no matter how small the step. This daily discipline rewires the mind, building resilience and confidence. It teaches your brain that you are reliable and capable, which reduces anxiety and increases focus. The more consistent you are, the more automatic success becomes. This is the hidden magic behind every achievement. Consistency also creates trust in yourself and from others. When you consistently show up, you build a reputation of reliability and integrity. People begin to see you as someone who follows through, someone who takes responsibility for her growth and success. This trust opens doors and attracts opportunities that are unavailable to those who waver. Smart women know that their word to themselves is sacred and they guard it fiercely. This self-trust is the foundation of lasting confidence. Yet, consistency is not about perfection. It's about persistence despite imperfection. It means moving forward even on days when you feel tired, doubtful, or uninspired. Smart women recognize that waiting for the perfect moment or perfect feeling is a trap that leads to stagnation. Instead, they commit to progress over perfection. They forgive themselves when they stumble and use setbacks as motivation to keep going. This grace and persistence fuel their upward spiral. Every small, consistent action compounds into profound transformation. Whether it's investing a few minutes in learning, setting boundaries, practicing self-care, or making empowered decisions, these daily choices shape your future. They create a momentum that carries you through obstacles and setbacks. This momentum becomes your anchor in storms and your launch pad into new heights. Smart women know that success is not an event. It's a process. A process fueled by consistent effort and unwavering commitment. Consistency deepens emotional resilience. It builds a sense of control and mastery that strengthens your ability to face challenges with calm and clarity. When you commit to your growth daily, you are no longer at the mercy of external circumstances or fleeting motivation. You become the driver of your destiny, shaping your reality with intention and persistence. This power is liberating and transformative. This rule calls you to show up for yourself every day, without excuses or delays. It challenges you to make your goals non-negotiable and to honor your commitments to your own growth. Consistency is the heartbeat of transformation. It turns potential into power, dreams into reality, and courage into unstoppable action. Embrace it fully and watch as your life unfolds in alignment with your deepest desires and highest vision. Your future is built on the choices you make right now. Choose to be consistent. Owning your story is an act of radical empowerment. Every experience, every challenge, every victory has shaped who you are today. Yet so many women carry shame or regret about their past, hiding pieces of themselves in an attempt to appear perfect or acceptable. Smart women understand that vulnerability is not weakness. It is the gateway to true strength. Embracing your story without apology frees you from the weight of judgment and unlocks an authentic power that no one can take away. When you own your narrative, you reclaim control over your identity and future. Accepting your past means seeing every chapter as a lesson rather than a liability. This perspective rewires your relationship with yourself, replacing self-criticism with self-compassion. You stop fighting against what has been and start using it as a foundation for growth. Smart women do not erase their scars, they wear them proudly as proof of resilience and wisdom. This ownership deepens self-awareness and ignites a fierce love for who they have become. It creates an unshakable confidence grounded in truth, not illusion. When you fully embrace your story, you also release the need for external validation. You stop molding yourself to fit others' expectations or fears. This freedom is liberating because it allows you to live authentically, aligned with your values and desires. It breaks the cycle of approval seeking that drains your energy and clouds your vision. Smart women know that their worth is inherent and not dependent on others' opinions. This mindset strengthens emotional resilience and reduces anxiety, making space for peace and clarity. Owning your story also deepens your connection with others. Vulnerability builds bridges, fostering trust and empathy. When you share your truth, you invite others to do the same, creating relationships based on authenticity rather than pretense. This authenticity is magnetic and empowering. It attracts people who honor and support your growth rather than diminish it. Smart women cultivate these genuine connections because they know that real power is rooted in community and shared strength. This rule challenges you to confront any shame, fear, or denial you hold about your past. It asks you to see yourself through a lens of compassion and courage. When you do, you transform pain into purpose and wounds into wisdom. This transformation is not a one-time event, but a continuous journey of self-acceptance and growth. Every step forward in owning your story deepens your freedom and expands your power. Embracing your narrative is a declaration that you will no longer be defined by mistakes or hardships, but by your ability to rise above them. It is an act of self-love that ignites inner peace and fuels unstoppable confidence. This rule is a cornerstone of your transformation because it frees you from the chains of judgment and empowers you to step fully into your truth. Own your story boldly. Let it be the foundation upon which you build the extraordinary life you deserve. Your past is your power. Claim it, honor it, and let it propel you forward. True freedom begins when you take full responsibility for your life, your choices, your emotions, your actions, and your future. It is tempting to blame circumstances, others, or past mistakes for where you are today, but smart women refuse to live as victims of their story. Instead, they claim ownership of every aspect of their journey. This level of responsibility is not about guilt or self-punishment. It is about power and control. When you accept that you are the creator of your reality, you shift from helplessness to empowerment. This shift changes everything. Taking responsibility means recognizing that while you cannot control every event or outcome, you can always control your response. This truth is liberating because it puts the steering wheel firmly in your hands. It stops the endless cycle of blame and frustration and replaces it with focus and action. Smart women understand that their growth depends on their ability to own their choices without excuses. This ownership creates clarity, strengthens resolve, and fuels consistent progress toward their goals. Emotional responsibility is a critical part of this process. It means refusing to let others dictate how you feel or react. It means understanding that your emotions are valid signals, but that you have the power to decide how to interpret and express them. This awareness frees you from being controlled by fear, anger, or sadness. Instead, you learn to use these emotions as guides for self-care, growth, and boundary setting. This emotional mastery builds resilience and peace, allowing you to navigate life's challenges with calm strength. Taking full responsibility also means facing uncomfortable truths about yourself without denial or avoidance. It requires honesty about your habits, patterns, and the ways you may be holding yourself back. This kind of self-awareness is difficult but necessary for transformation. Smart women seek this clarity because they know that growth cannot happen without it. They use reflection and feedback as tools to refine their choices and align more deeply with their values and purpose. This rule challenges you to stop waiting for external change or validation. It calls you to stand firmly in your power and lead your life with intention and accountability. When you fully own your journey, you unlock a deep well of motivation that no one else can provide. This internal drive becomes your greatest source of strength in moments of doubt or adversity. It propels you forward when the path feels uncertain or steep. By embracing responsibility, you rewrite your story from one of helplessness to one of empowerment. You become the author of your life, capable of creating change and overcoming obstacles. This rule is not about perfection, it's about courage. The courage to face your reality honestly and the determination to shape it intentionally. It invites you to step into the fullness of your power and freedom. When you take full responsibility for your life, you become unstoppable. You build resilience, confidence, and peace that no external circumstance can shake. This is the foundation of lasting transformation and fulfillment. Choose today to claim your power completely. Own your choices, your emotions, and your future. In this ownership lies your freedom. The freedom to create a life that reflects your deepest truth and highest potential. Gratitude is the invisible force that transforms your mindset and your life. When you choose to focus on what you have rather than what you lack, you create a powerful shift in your emotional state. This shift opens the door to joy, peace, and abundance. Smart women practice gratitude not as a superficial habit, but as a daily act of awareness that rewires the brain to notice the good amidst challenges. This focus rewires your perception, allowing you to find strength and hope where others see only struggle and limitation. Gratitude rewires your brain to reduce stress and increase resilience. Science shows that when you regularly acknowledge what you are thankful for, your brain releases chemicals that boost mood and calm anxiety. This physiological change equips you to face life's hardships with greater ease and clarity. Smart women leverage this natural power, using gratitude to create emotional balance and steady motivation, no matter what obstacles arise. It becomes a shield against negativity and a catalyst for sustained growth. More than just an emotion, gratitude is a practice of choosing perspective. It demands mindfulness and intention. It asks you to pause and identify the gifts in your life. Relationships, health, lessons, or small moments of beauty. This practice grounds you in the present and shifts your focus away from regret, comparison, or fear of the future. When you cultivate gratitude, you stop chasing an elusive enough and instead recognize that you already possess what you need to move forward. This realization fuels confidence and contentment. Gratitude also deepens your connection with others. When you appreciate the people in your life and express that appreciation, you strengthen bonds and foster positive energy. This exchange nurtures mutual respect and love, creating a supportive environment that uplifts you. Smart women understand that gratitude is not only inward-facing but outward-facing. It builds community and invites abundance through generosity of spirit. This reciprocity amplifies your energy and expands your impact. Practicing gratitude shifts your relationship with challenges. Instead of seeing obstacles as threats, you begin to see them as opportunities for growth and learning. This mindset change reduces fear and resistance, allowing you to approach difficulties with curiosity and courage. Smart women embrace challenges with gratitude because they recognize that every struggle carries a lesson that brings them closer to their highest potential. Gratitude becomes a lens through which they transform adversity into advantage. This rule calls you to make gratitude a daily discipline, a non-negotiable part of your mindset. It invites you to train your mind to seek the positive, no matter the circumstances. This practice is not about ignoring pain or hardship, but about balancing it with awareness of your strengths and blessings. When you do this consistently, you cultivate a deep reservoir of emotional strength and optimism that powers your journey. Gratitude is the foundation of a fulfilling, empowered life. It unlocks joy, resilience, and connection that propel you beyond fear and limitation. When you embrace gratitude fully, you shift from scarcity to abundance, from survival to thriving. This rule is a secret weapon of smart women, transforming everyday moments into stepping stones toward greatness. Choose to see, feel, and express gratitude today. Let it fuel your transformation and illuminate your path forward with unwavering light.